Hello, everyone. One of the great advantages of Dialog for biomedical and pharmaceutical searching is the number and variety of databases available for comprehensive coverage. Another is that in key Biomed databases, there are special tools to target your search or bring additional focus, such as a thesaurus and term mapping. And there are other types of indexing available in some but not all databases. But thesaurus and term mapping are only possible in certain databases, and so the question is, how can you take best advantage of both the broad coverage of all the Biomed and Pharma databases, while also getting the benefit of those special search tools in the databases that have them? In this video, we'll look at three main ways to approach that when searching in Dialog. So let's get started, and we'll use this example. Let's say we want to find recent records about cochlear implants as a way to treat hearing impairment in very small children, like infants or babies, even newborns. Starting out, you may not even be sure whether this procedure is done for patients that young, and you just want to get some information about it. If that is your goal, you might consider searching in just a single database. Medline is often the default choice because of its broad coverage of medicine, but if you're searching on pharmaceuticals, for example, or as here for medical devices, then you might instead choose Embase. Embase has a strong focus on human medicine, including medical devices, and it has easy-to-use indexing for age groups, such as infants. So I'm in Embase in advanced search mode. I'll type in cochlear implant, and a prompt appears that says the preferred term is cochlea prosthesis. I'll just click on that, and it autofills in the search box, replacing my original search term. Now I want to add a publication date limit and an age group limit. Down here on the Search Options tab near the top is a drop-down list of date limits, and I'll choose the last 12 months. Notice we have some other search limits available in this database for easy use. For example, we can limit to clinical trials in Embase or in Medline just by clicking a box. These search limitation options will vary according to the database or databases that you're in. But I'll just scroll down to age group and check the boxes for infant, baby, and newborn, and I'm ready to run the search. And we got 67 results. Very good for our purposes. Now, what if I want a more comprehensive search across more databases, but I still want use of the thesaurus or term mapping tools in Embase and Medline? For this, we can choose what we sometimes call sequential searching, where we do several searches in different databases, using the special tools in databases that support them, then searching in other databases using any of the methods that work across all of Dialog, and then combining our search results in the end. And it works like this. I'm still in Embase, but this time I want the best search possible, so I'll go to Thesaurus. I type in cochlear implant, click Find, and then click on cochlear implant in this box, and it confirms that the preferred term in Embase is cochlea prosthesis. In the relational view, we see that it has two narrower terms, extracochlear and intracochlear prosthesis, so when I check the box for cochlea prosthesis, I will also check explode. This way the search will also run against these narrower terms, which can sometimes increase your results. Before adding this to the search, I want to click the sticky pad icon to see the note, because where it says Use Term For, I'll see some synonyms and related terms which might be helpful when we go to create our search in the databases that don't have thesauri. Now I click Add to Search, and the thesaurus has created this search for us, using the Emtree or Embase Thesaurus subject header field. In the Search Options tab, I'll just confirm that we still have our date limit set to 12 months and our age group set to infant, baby, and newborn, and we'll run this search. In this case, the thesaurus got the same number of hits as the preferred term search, which shows you how well the preferred term feature can work for you. So that's the Embase part of our sequential search. Next, I'll go into only Medline and click Thesaurus. Cochlear implant is still filled in, and when I click Find, I see that in this database, the preferred term is cochlear implants, plural, and the relational view doesn't show any narrower terms. I'll see if the note suggests any other good synonyms to use in the other databases, then click Add to Search, and the thesaurus has created a search for us in the Mesh Terms field. Back down to Search Options, we'll again choose the last 12 months, and down here under Age Group, the choices are organized a little differently than in Embase, but I can just check the box for infants, and then create the Medline set. Not as many as in Embase, so Embase was a good choice for this medical device topic if we were only going to use a single database. But Medline has added significantly to our results. But this time, we want to be more comprehensive, so we want to use some other databases as well. If I click on the tile for Pharmaceutical and Biomedical Content Collection, I'll be in over 60 databases, including some specific to medical devices or to engineering, which can be useful for medical device searching. Before we create our search, I'll go into this drop-down list and deselect Embase and Medline, because we've already searched those databases in the best way possible by using their thesauri. Again, I'll type cochlear implant in the search box. I'm in multiple databases, most without a thesaurus, so I can't use thesaurus or preferred terms. But I can click here on Include Medical Synonyms, which is available in all databases. This gives me a broader, more inclusive search. I can edit this search before I run it, but looking at it, it seems pretty complete to me, even after seeing the related terms in the sticky notes in the Embase and Medline thesauri, so I think this search is fine. Now I'll go to the search options to select our date limit of the last 12 months, but you'll notice we don't have all the same search limitation options that we saw in Embase or Medline. I've mentioned that these options will vary by database, and age group is not here. I pause now to point out that some of these limitation options have a tiny circle or degree symbol next to them. Similarly, in the search form, that degree symbol appears next to some search fields in the drop-down list. The meaning of that symbol is explained here in this note. It says, not all selected databases will return results for this field. So these are search options that will work in at least one or more of the databases that we're in, but not in all of them. But we can just click View Details here, and this is a great way to quickly find out which of these search options or fields can be used in which databases, without having to consult all of the individual pro sheets for these databases. So this is often very helpful. But back to our search. There's no option to limit age group with a checkbox down here, but that's fine. I'll just go to the search form, and in the second row, I'll type TI, SU, open parentheses, infant or baby or newborn, close parentheses. So we'll only get records where these terms appear in either the title or the subject headings, and that should serve our purposes. This gives us a set with over 200 results from all of the Pharma and Biomed databases outside of Embase or Medline. And now, the final step in our sequential search is to combine this set with the sets we created in Embase and in Medline using the OR connector. To do that, we could clear the search boxes and type in S2 or S3 or S4 and run that, but I'll show you a quicker way. I can just select those sets using check marks, and then go where you see the AND and OR buttons and click on OR to combine these last three sets. And here is our final result of the sequential search. And by combining these three sets, we got a very good and very comprehensive final set using the sequential search method. Now, there's one more way we might choose to do this search. What if you want to be comprehensive and use multiple Biomed databases, but you just don't want or need to run multiple searches? Maybe you're in a hurry, or you just don't want to bother with Thesauri right now, and you've decided that your particular search doesn't really need the more sophisticated tools that are limited to Medline, Embase, and some others anyway. You just want to get your search done, and you want it fast and simple. In that case, you can choose the third method, which is to search multiple databases concurrently, all at the same time, using one strategy that will work across all of the databases. To do this, I'll go into all of the Pharma and Biomed databases, and if I were starting fresh, I could use the same search that we ran a minute ago in the databases that lack a thesaurus, using medical synonyms, and that would be quick. But in this particular case, I've already run that search. It's right here. And the only difference is that now I'm using Embase and Medline along with the others, so let me show you a quick Dialog trick that will make this even faster. And this is a good technique to use whenever you want to repeat a search, but in different databases. I can just click on the search that I did before to rerun it. I get a pop-up that asks if I want to run it in the original databases or in the current databases. I'll click on Current, and with just those couple of clicks, I have my final set from searching all of our multiple files concurrently. And if you compare the number of results I got here with my total from the sequential search, you see the concurrent search gets somewhat more hits than the sequential because we gave up the enhanced targeting and sharper focus that came with using the Thesauri. But the difference in this case is not that large, so you may consider the trade-off a good one for the time saved and the ease of searching. Really, they're both good searches. So that's it. When doing Biomed and Pharma searches on Dialog, you can get the broadest possible database coverage, you can use the most sophisticated special search tools in select databases, in addition to our powerful basic syntax tools that work across all of Dialog, and you can choose any of these three ways to combine great content with great search functions to get your best possible results when searching Dialog. If you want more information, here are some links to additional resources, and I'll include links to some related videos in the description below. If you have any questions or you'd like some help, feel free to call the help desk at these numbers, or you can email us at customer@dialog.com. Thanks for using Dialog, and enjoy the rest of your day.